Oh, we caught that. We caught that on camera.
Great, I guess.
This, is it upside down? This is the Comica AD5. They just gave it to me, didn't tell me what to say or give me any money, but I do have this pretty cool interface. I thought I'd give it a try. Why am I giving this a try? I live in the audio world, writing music, composing music, producing music. Comica, from what I can tell by searching YouTube, mostly makes products for video professionals, wireless microphones and that kind of thing. But right here it says broadcast. If you follow my channel, you know that I do more than music. I make these YouTube videos every week. I don't do a lot of broadcasting or live streaming, but I'd like to do more of that in the future. And there are some challenges that come with that. For the longest time, it was very difficult to mix in what came out of the DAW and then mix in other YouTube or whatever else you had going on. A bunch of new interfaces have shown up lately that are trying to make the process of broadcasting or streaming easier, and this is one. I had this crazy idea. I thought I'll make a simple video where I go over to my friend Jordan's house and we set up a fake podcast to try this thing out, which was a crazy amount of work. I'm not sure why I did it. So I'll show you some of the functionality later in that part. But let me briefly tell you, 2 XLR inputs on the front. You can turn 48 volts on. You have instrument input. On the front, there is a headphone output. 1/8 inch. On the back, there's a headphone output, 1/8 inch. You can power USB there. It comes with a bunch of cables in the box to make all this work. It's got a place to plug in your phone and 2 USB for 2 additional devices. Quick rundown of the front panel. You got these buttons here on the right. You've got effects, which controls these effects down here. I'll talk about those in my fake podcast. Mute and denoise. Hi, Jordan.
Hey, John.
What are we doing?
Well, you tell me. This is your idea.
Fake podcast. For those of you that care, we have my old GH5 as a top-down camera. It is also battery powered. It's not even plugged in, and it is charged up from earlier today, and it's still working great. I like the idea of going outside my house and recording, but I never do it. And I wish that I would not have spent the money on the interface that I have. It's like $600, I think. I've used it maybe 3 or 4 times. At this price point, if it offers some features that make sense, this might be something to consider, but I'll let you make your judgment after you watch us do this. Let's just run through this device before we get too far into it.
Sure.
Each channel has 48 volts, which is not required for this particular microphone because they are dynamic mics. Pause for a second. My mic does not sound very good. I don't think it's the Comica. I'm not getting close enough to the mic. That's one thing. There could be a mic cable issue. I and you, I guess, are so used to listening to me on my Deity D4 Pro, which is the mic that I use on my camera. So that could be part of it. Not exactly sure what it is, but I'm not going to blame Comica for it. Let's continue. And then notice there's this stream button. So if I flip on the mode, it should go to record mode. So talk for me.
Check 1, 2.
You are in the right ear,
yes.
And I am in the left ear. If we were using this and we wanted to keep our channels separate, we would do that, which makes sense. Now, the reason why we have this other button is because it is conveniently named Stream. One of the big selling points for this is the ability to do loopback or loopback audio. I ran into this when I started trying to live stream, just trying to get the audio out of your computer back through the live stream software. It hadn't really been thought of until recently.
Okay.
And so there were all these pieces of software that you had to download just to get the audio from the computer to the live stream along with your live inputs. So this device, along with many others on the market today, I'm not an expert at all, have this loopback function. Let's come back to the loopback. I'll admit, the first time that I saw these EQ and reverb presets, by the way, reverb, R-E-B. I don't think I've ever seen reverb abbreviated R-E-B. So there's that. On this EQ, you can go to, you hold down the effects button. If I tap once lightly, now we have deep EQ, okay? So when I get close to the mic.
All right, got it.
I am accentuating it with my performance here, but yes, it is deeper. Actually not bad, depending on the microphone you've got and what you want to go for. Now we have natural. I'm a natural kind of guy.
You are a natural kind of guy.
Am I bright?
Not terribly.
I don't love bright, but I wonder if in a musical context, if we are away from the mic, I don't know. We're pretty low on the gain here, and it doesn't seem to clip when I get loud. Normally, I would never run anywhere close to the red, but obviously there is some kind of built-in dynamics that is happening inside here that's keeping our levels at a level where we don't have to think about it too much. Okay now are my, and so, and but. Okay now, so, but are my words. That's where I know how to edit. If you hold down the effects button, it jumps over to reverb. Okay, I'm going to hold down room. Hello, we are in a room.
Oh, wow, we sure are.
But we are outside, but we are in a room. Now, do you want to go on stage?
I would love that.
What stage are we going on to?
Carnegie Hall.
Okay. I don't know if it's Carnegie, but you can definitely hear a good amount of pre-delay. And it's not a huge space. I'm trying to think how I would use this. Perhaps if I was performing, and perhaps I'm totally guessing here, there might be some software in the future that would allow for some further modification, but at this point, I don't think that exists.
Got it.
Now let's go to a hall. We are in a hall.
Ooh, that's bad.
That is, I'm never going to give bad reviews of anything, but I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not a very good hall.
It sounds like a spring reverb from a cheap Fender amplifier.
You don't have to get everything right. All right? I'm still good with this so far. Oh, we also have a mute in case, you've got a cough.
Nice.
I didn't hear that cough. Now we have Denoise. Let's see if it gets rid of the airplane. Whoa. Okay. So obviously we have a gate.
Yes.
A very severe gate. Okay.
And can you adjust that at all?
I don't think there are any adjustments.
No adjustments.
In fact, it's a little slow.
You know what? I'm going to give them points for the effort.
Okay. Could we possibly be doing something wrong? Can't think of anything that I'm doing wrong at this point to cause that. I wonder if there's too much noise and it's freaking out. Oh, it can't hear me. Let's see if I boost the gain all the way up. Yeah, I don't know if that's a professional feature. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I like this ambience. We're outside.
That's right.
Let's get it. Give me that guitar.
Okay.
You want to EQ me? Give me some verb. I could do
Like singing along on a stage?
I'm on a stage now, singing a song for everybody. Where am I now? Still on a stage. Put me in a hall. Oh, put me in a big old hall. Oh, but I wanna be back in my room now. Back in my room now. Let's hear some deep EQ on my voice. So hold the button down with the long press, and you can hold it down. There we go, deep. Got a deep EQ on my voice, yeah. Let's go natural, yeah. I'm just a natural kind of guy, but brighten me up. Oh, I'm brightened up. Does this work? As you can see, I'm back in my room now. I'll cut that. I was a little harsh on the effects. They're not for me, and they're not for most of you that want to get in and tweak effects. All halls are not the same, right? You can mess with all the parameters, and you can't do that here, but I can absolutely see how it would be useful to some users. Just not me, probably not you. Sometimes, in order to provide perceived value, manufacturers throw in a lot of extra features, and I think I would be happier with this device if it didn't have those features. What makes it great is that it just works. You plug it in and it goes. I'm probably going to use this in a mobile setting, but just in case. Can you see this? I got 3 USB cables in here, basically. Power, and then I have the interface plugged into my computer. If I play audio back from my computer, you can see it shows up here, and I can adjust the volume inside the computer for that. Right now I'm just using Finder to play that back. I am using my headphones as the output. This is pretty low rent. You can see there. I have my iPad plugged in to the other USB. Can you see that? And so I downloaded this ridiculous app. Hundreds of buttons, sounds. That can't be it. Let's say we were doing a podcast and I said something that was not funny at all. Or I said something great. Or I really slammed somebody.
In your face, sucker!
Certainly not an advertisement for this particular app, but you can get the idea. You can also plug in a phone fairly easily. Final thoughts for the price, the fact that it's battery powered, you can put multiple devices into it at once. It lacks some of those features that I think the audio professional would want, but we don't necessarily need it, and sometimes that adds an extra layer of complication. You can be up and running with this quickly. Bang for the buck, I think it's a strong contender, and at under $200, you throw it in your bag and something does happen to it, it's not the biggest loss. One of the reasons why I accepted this interface in the first place, I went on YouTube and found some reviews from a YouTuber that I follow named Nigel Barros. And if you are a musician and you want to get into filmmaking, I strongly suggest his channel because he doesn't use expensive gear. He uses cameras and lenses that you can get secondhand for pretty cheap. So if you want to get into the world of filmmaking, but you don't want to spend a ton of money like I have, then I strongly suggest his channel. And if you're a filmmaker and you found your way to this Audio Snobs channel, then watch my video about how I light my videos, and you can tell me if I'm doing it right. Take care.